Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AzizDrives. Today we're getting serious. We're reviewing one of a kind and the first Jeep Wrangler there was. So before we start the review, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, check our socials in the description. Let's begin. You might know this car from a bunch of movies such as Jurassic Park and a bunch of horror movies, and it really looks like an apocalyptic machine. This Jeep Wrangler is actually the first one that they had, the first generation. It is from 1992, but they built the YJ from 1987, and it was kind of a car as an SUV for the SUV market, for people that wanted to go off-road, and it followed a little bit in the footsteps of in the Second World War used military vehicles. So it is very basic, it is very simple. You could buy those cars in 1987 for $11,000 in the US. And while we're at the front, let's have a look at the engine, because you just pull off those two lashes here. It's so simple and basic. Then you have a little button here, press that, open the bonnet, and then reveal this massive engine here. And it's an inline 6-cylinder 4-liter engine producing 178 horsepower and 300 newton meters of torque out of 4 liters, man. That is a surviving machine right there. The gearbox has 5 speeds and it has a differential gearbox, and you can choose from 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. So very interesting, and of course for off-road use. And that's it. It's very basic, it is robust, it's simple. So now have a listen. I really like how easy it is. I mean, it doesn't even say Jeep anywhere. It just has this gorilla here, so you kind of have to guess it for yourself, but everybody knows that this is a Jeep. Then those 2 headlights here that have no use at all. I mean, you can't see anything in the night. It's really, really funny. Then you can even see from the outside, from here, you can see those leaf springs. It's so funny to look at. Then you have this massive part here, of course, if you have to pull stuff or if you have to do some things on your car, if you have to remove the windshield or anything like that. So it's really, really robust and funny. You can even see the differential down here for the front wheels. It's just a funny, massive thing, and I like that it's painted in matte black. It's really, really cool. Then you have those off-road tires, of course. Then this massive fender. By the way, check out our driving review and our POV on the car. It was really funny. You have some bars you can stand on, for example. Fun thing about the door is you open it, and if it doesn't open enough, you just remove this little latch here, and then you can open it some more. You can open it the whole way, but I don't want to break that mirror. So very fancy. And also, if the door stresses you or disturbs you in any case, if you're driving off-road, you can just remove it totally. You just lift it up and the door is out. Very funny. And then continue here, of course, massive fender. And this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. I mean, when you come to the back, you have this very simple engineered tail light, of course, but guess where the tank cap is? Guess where it is? So normally it would be somewhere here or on the other side. With this Jeep Wrangler, it isn't. You just remove this number plate and here it is. Mounted with a spring. Very simple engineering and very easy to use. And then you open this back door here, which is a little bit dumb because you have to remove this, of course, but that is because we have the Swiss wheels. And then you can open this thing up and it blocks. You know, the door isn't even blocked by a mechanical spring or anything. It's just simply engineered. So what blocks the door from opening and breaking apart? The tire. That's it. It's like we decided we're going to build a car ourselves, and you took a bunch of friends and you engineered it and you over-engineered it a little bit, and now you have a Jeep Wrangler. So it's very funny and easy. Let's a little bit harder, not like a girl. And then pull stuff here, pull bar. You see that? It jumps up and down. And now you can tell how it actually drives. It jumps up and down. Here are some metal bars to pull stuff. It's very simple, it's very easy, but it works. We could remove this whole roof here, and then you would have a convertible, and that's it. I think we should go to the interior to check out how simplicity works over decades. So as you can see, it's very Spartanish. It is very easy. It's very simply held. We have a bunch of dials here. We have this Sparco race wheel, which is aftermarket. We also have very good, actually, very nice Sparco race seats. They're also aftermarket, but you can tell this is very simple and robust, and it holds for now almost 40 years. Okay, so let's have a look at something that is obvious. As you might see here, there is no air vent. So there actually isn't a climate control. What you have is a vent down here on two sides that is blowing hot air into the cabinet, and you of course have this vents here that blow hot air on the windscreen. So none that can warm your face or your hands or anything. So this is a real man's car. Also, there's no airbags. You don't have any airbag, you don't have any security things in here. You just have this steering wheel, the gearbox, and of course the two analog speedometers. So the RPM gauge is on the left side, the speed gauge is on the right side. Then we have this gauge here. When you turn the car on and put this little gear knob here, which is not the gearbox, it is the gear knob to select whether you're in two-wheel drive, in four-wheel drive, or you want to put the car into four-wheel drive low gearbox ratio in. So you pull this like that, and then when you start the car up, you will see you are in four-wheel drive mode. When I press it forward, it disappears. So that screen shows you that. Okay, then we have the fuel gauge, we have the temperature gauge, we have the oil bar, and we have the battery status, and that is it. That is it. You have two cup holders, and you have one of the biggest storage compartments right here in the middle. What is also very funny that I've never seen before in a car is you can actually see every single screw there is on the car. I mean, normally SUVs, they hide those type of screws, or they put a carpet on or anything like that, but in here there's nothing. So you can see every single screw here, and just by the looks of it, it looks like the bottom part has been sprayed black actually. It doesn't look that nice. They just sprayed it over, but I guess it matches the dark black outside, black inside style of this massive Wrangler here. Then we have an Alpine radio, Pioneer, which is also aftermarket, and I mean, it's really difficult to tell anything else, man. I mean, this car is so simple. There is nothing in here. It's nothing in here, but it's so clever somehow. Funniest thing is how the gearbox ratio is. It's very nice. Actually, first gear goes to 70, second gear goes to 110, and it's a long way to shift. So it makes kind of fun driving it. You have this race car feeling, but then you look at this bonnet and it reminds you a little bit of a G-Class. It is very funny to sit inside here, and it's a typical military vehicle, so very interesting. What is also interesting is this is actually a four-seater, so you can remove this seat, put it forward, and have a seat in the back. So that is also something very fun. So have a look at that. My friend is helping me here. You just pull it up, and then you have plenty of space to get into this back seat. Of course, the car has been used, so we couldn't remove all of that. And that's it. I mean, isn't this funny? It's so simple, but it works, man. It really works. What else do we have? Well, basically, what is also interesting is the technology that we have here. So to kind of in an other car, you would have like a gear knob to turn left and right for the headlights to pop up. Here you just have a button that says lights off or on. Press it up or down. We have 4 pedals here. You might notice the left one, this on the very left side, right next to the door, is your handbrake. Then you have the clutch, and then you have the brake and the throttle. That's it. It's so simple. It's so funny to drive, really. If you haven't experienced it, you have to drive it. Then, of course, you know, I turned the car on without the key. Which is also something that I've never seen before, but this would be the key, all right? This is it. So normally you just put the key in and then you turn. But for some strange reason, I noticed, you just take the key away, press the clutch, turn, So in case you need you need a vehicle to rescue yourself, well, just take a Jeep. If you see one, get in and turn the key. Maybe it springs on. Yeah, I mean, and that is really as far as we can take it here. It's really, really robust, simple, and funny as hell. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is as far as we can take it. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, check out our driving and POV review, and thank you very much for watching. See you on the next one. Goodbye.